Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Suleiman Rahim here, Messenger of Covenant, breaking 7 seals. I have a brief presentation for you, brothers and sisters. I worked on this for hours and it has technical issues and other things, so I'm going to give you a short version. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow I can, long version. And I've been talking about the math behind what's going on. So I'm going to give you like a, high level. And today it's going to be a short high level. What's going on in the world? So we got these major players here. I'm going to call them Ishmael. See, who are these people? The Antichrist, God Magog, the demons, Esau, the goat, and Daniel, death and Hades, and angel. See? You got everybody out there talking, but they out there talking. Some fool sent me something today about some Farrakhan stuff. I mean, I don't know how they got my phone number. Sent me some kind of thing about. I don't know who this person is. They're gonna try to tell me. Well, I'm with. I said, man, look, you Farrakhan had no talk. Well, why not? I said, I don't want to talk to you. I said, man's father's the devil, that's good enough. His father no devil, his father Jamaica. See, I don't have time to talk to you. I said, just Google it. He want to argue. I said, just Google it. His father Jamaica, just Google it. See, Jamaican is a nationality. And you call us Americans. That'll make us white. Let's make some. Anyway, we're going to put an end to that. I said, Son of Man will send his angels out together, all of the family. And brothers and sisters, what's about to happen on this planet is going to be beyond belief. Time of unprecedented trouble. Think of all the trouble that you know about in the world. Think about Chaka Zulu. Think about so-called Holocaust. Think about World War I, World War II. Right? Think about so-called flood. All these things. It's going to be worse than that. Unprecedented. Way beyond that. The Bible says strange. I mean, there's something strange. I mean, you can't comprehend it. That's what strange is. It's beyond your comprehension. And it says, who's going to be orchestrating that? The Lamb and the God, and they are not playing. See, you get your butt kicked by a bully, that's one thing, but you don't want to get kicked by the God and the Lamb. Right? King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and Lord of Lords, and King of Kings. So their wrath. Anyway, you'll see in a minute. You won't want to see because these people, ooh. If they only knew. But all they do is exposing themselves. So good, keep on. Stay away from, well, they ain't going to stay away from me, so. In fact, in a way, I don't want them to stay with me because they come up close so I can see them. Oh, okay. Click. Got that one. I'll see you again. Who are these people? So I got a little map here if you can see it, right? Let me make it big for 1 minute, right? And then, you can see it. I don't know if I can make it big enough so you can see it. Let's see here. And what I did was, I show who everybody is, right? And I guarantee it's absolutely correct. I'll give anybody $1,000 to prove this is wrong. See, but you don't know who they are. You walk around blind, but you keep running your damn mouth. You just shut up. If you don't know, shut up. Oh, Farrakhan don't know. He can't answer these questions. He couldn't tell who the jinn is. He don't know who the Jal is. He don't know who Gog and Magog are. He don't know who death and Hades are. He don't know who the Antichrist is. He don't know a goddamn thing. He couldn't tell who Esau is if it killed him. But he's anointed. And you listen to him, so listen. I want you to keep listening. See, because he's like a magnet. Like they want to catch moths, they put a certain light up there so the moth attracts you to it, and they kill the moths. See, I tell you, there's a good side to all of this. Farrakhan, he's making it easy to get the demons because he's tracking them. Did you pay attention? It says, my name is Legion, and we are many. See? It says, it says, on this rock I build my church, right? Peter, the one who was cutting off the ears after Jesus made the people hear. Why was he doing that? And that's Jesus. He's the one that's going to take over the temple. He's the one that's, Jesus, making people hear. He's cutting their ears off, right? So, and when you build something on a rock, it has no stability, has no roots. See, you assume things, so keep assuming. You build a house on a rock, the first wind comes going to blow it right off the rock because it has no foundation. You got to put it on the ground so roots and things are deep, something to grab onto. On this rock I build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail. Do you know the English? What does prevail means? If you don't prevail, that means you fail. He's telling you there's a gate between the church and hell. Now, what's the purpose of that gate between? He said, "Oh, he does stranger stuff. He does stretcher stuff." Okay, well, I'm not trying to convince you. You got a gate between the church and hell. I mean, the scripture's so powerful, so beautiful, but it was designed to trip up fools like you. See, and if you got a gate between the church and hell, the gate's designed to keep people in hell in. That's what it's prevailed. If it prevails, that it does its job. If you prevail, that means you accomplish your mission. But if you fail, you don't prevail, that means you fail in your mission. So the gate, if the gates of hell would not prevail, that means if the gate doesn't prevail, that means it failed in its mission. That means the gate crumbles and the people that's in hell fill in the church. Demons. And that's what you got over there. And unfortunately, it's my job to get rid of them. And that's going to happen in a minute. As soon as this war starts, you better read Exodus again. So it says what happened, what? There was a sound of war. But not the sound of victory or defeat. That means while the war is going on. So as soon as the war starts, these demons, they drill. And it's going to start any time. They can start there tomorrow. It said they get thrown into the fire. No mercy. Anyway, here's the map. So if you can make sense of it, right? So let's go in and talk a few. I'm going to go over and do really overview. Really overview, brothers and sisters. Let's see if I said I was going to spend more time with this. Too many things happened. Wait, what happened here? Too many things happened today. It's time to boys. No more lying now. Okay, let's go in here. Let's look at okay, let's look at let's take a look at let's see. Okay, let's look at false Israel here. That's who the Dajjal is. I'm not going into details here at this point, brothers and sisters. That's what it is. He's the Antichrist. He came to exist in 1948. So if you understand the Antichrist, you understand the Christ, because anti means it's the opposite. So every time you have -5, you have a +5, a -1. So we got the balance. So it means if that's the Antichrist, when they came to existence, that means the Christ should came to exist at the same time. But that's too complicated for you. So if you want to find the Christ, Son of Man, you should see someone who was conceived in 1948 during that same time. And then you know, Farrakhan wasn't, and then him. We say, oh, that's stretching. Okay, well, keep on stretching. Right? He's also Satan. Satan's God of this world. You have to understand, Angel, can't see that one. But Jesus called them out. Said, no, your father's the devil. And who's the God of this world? He said, Satan is. So, and Satan said, I have control all the nations. He said not one. He told you, I got control all of them. So that means America's they worship Satan, even the jinn. They're not Muslim because they refuse. Muslim means you submit entirely to the will of Allah. They said, no, we ain't doing it. We'll keep on saying our prayers. We'll keep on making salats. We'll keep on doing Ramadan. We'll keep on doing pilgrimage. Hell with that damn Adam. I ain't doing. We ain't mixed their blood. They said they were doing it. So are they Muslim? And Adam mixed shed blood, but he was doing God's will. So he was a Muslim. I mean, is that what the term? Is that what the term means? Or change the name of the term? Because you said Adam was Muslim, as long as he didn't touch that tree. Because it says he'd be unjust. So if he was be unjust and he touched it, that means he was just before us. He was doing God's will. But God's will was to make a mission shed blood. That's what the Quran says. But how can you explain that? See, you can't. See? Anyway, let's look at him. I'm going to the long version, short version. So they stole our identity. They sponsored Holocaust. And see, the thing is that what the bottom line is, the deep, they want Arabia. It's easy. See, this world is blind because they're saying, think it through, they're saying they're true to Abraham. And the whole idea was set in 1948 by Gog and Magog, America and Britain. So, but they say they're from God, but yet still Gog and Magog set them up. Not God, G-O-G, Gog. See, that's a problem right there. That's problematic right there. Because they're supposed to go back to the promised land, they say, but they're Gog and Magog, Christians that made the way for them, who they've been at war with for 2,000 years. Right? But let's walk it through. So but if you go and read the Abrahamic covenant, which they claim that they fulfill the Abrahamic covenant, just follow it through. If you're capable, if you get your head out in it, LeBron James behind, just follow through. They claim they follow the Abrahamic covenant, but look at the Abrahamic covenant. And what was Abram? That's powerful right there. If you understand that part, why they call him Abram instead of Abraham? See, I'm not going to go into that right now, brothers and sisters, but the thing is that the promised land is not Palestine. The promised land is Arabia. That's what they're after. If you pay attention, you find what they're after. That's what the whole game is about. Taking Arabia. But they can't come in straightforward and say, I'm taking Arabia, because they're little false. They have the whole so-called Islamic community out there on their ass. They would not survive it. People just come in, their Taliban wouldn't stop them. They would just come in there and tear the place apart. You know, they're going to mess with Arabia, Mecca. They can't say that. So they put this thing out with Wesley Clark about, we're going to take all these countries surrounding Arabia. We're going to take out Libya, and they can't figure it out. We're going to take out Libya, we're going to take out Syria, we're going to take Iraq, we're going to take out all these countries surrounding it. You see? The goal is Arabia. So they get all around, and now they're talking about, now they want to focus on Iran. Use Arabs against, because they can't take it without knocking out Iran, because Iran's powerful. So they turn on Arabs against Iran. They probably Muslim, but they're Muslim, but why they side with Christians? What the Quran say? Do not take Christians and Jews for friends, but you had, Bin Laden, whatever his name is, clapping when they say we'll get Iran. When Trump, Christian, Iran, can I have a nuclear? Why not? False Israel got it. You got it. Why you need it? You got plenty of oil. That's brain cancer. That's why you got so much brain cancer in America among black folks. Because this is brain cancer. This stuff is total lies. It's 100% lies here. Total. They teach their children lies and create it. They teach them lies about history, everything. Everything is a lie, a total media. So what they can have? What you got? False Israel got it. So what? They want to, because they destabilize. Who stabilize it? So they want him to take out. They want America to take out Iran, and then Arabia has no defense. And all of a sudden, Arabia, a dictator. The dictator, you know, and they abuse their women and so forth and so on. But that's the goal, to take Arabia. But they need to take Arabia for a couple of reasons, because they know they were set up to destroy our vision. Because the Abrahamic covenant, right, it applies to us. But they were set up to destroy that vision. People that have a vision perish. You don't understand any of this stuff. They understand it. So that's why they were set up. Because just before that, they was killing each other. And they will go back to killing each other. Once they get rid of us, they only there because they need, that's why people say, why are they supporting false? Nobody can understand why they supporting false Israel. Don't make any sense. We don't get the whole picture, because false Israel is there to keep us from understanding who we are, because they fear we are all coming together. I'm getting too complicated here, bro, so I'm going to keep it simple. But the bottom line is they want Arabia. So they say all around, so they won't mention Arabia, because then Arabia, we ain't going to let that happen. So now Arabia is defenseless except for Iran. Once Iran goes, Arabia cannot stop false Israel going and take it over. And then they tell Iran, well, we want the Gaddafi, we want a Libya deal. How did it work out for Gaddafi? He believed in them. He listened to them. He believed in them. He got rid of his stuff, and he got stuff. He got a sharp razor stuck right up his ass and twisted around while he was alive. See? He didn't do anything to America. And that's what he got planned for Mr. Prince, Crown Prince, whatever his name is. Same thing with Saddam Hussein. He was their buddy. He was their spearhead to attack Iran. When he succeeded, when he failed and he couldn't do it anymore, all of a sudden he's a bad guy. He's a dictator. Where is he at now? Oop. End the road. The goal is Arabia. Understand this. The goal is to take Arabia. But the Arabs are too goddamn stupid to understand it. That's why it said in the scripture, it says, when Isaac was giving blessing to all the tribes, when he got to that one, Ishmael, he says, they could be a donkey of a man. Stupid. That's why they don't like the Bible. It says in there. It says they'd be a donkey if they stupid. That's the goal over there. Let's move to the next one, brothers and sisters. Okay, let's go this one. Well, let's do it this way. Let's just go back in. Oops, what happened? Why did that happen like that? Oh, there you go. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Now see, there's a jinn. Nobody, they don't know, nobody. They say, who's the jinn? They couldn't tell who the jinn is. How was they the jinn? Because they said, well, Adam is all humanity. Well, if Adam's all humanity, it says, Adam, I'll make you the ruler in the earth. Is all humanity ruling the earth? No, the Caucasian ruling the earth. They're Adam. Gog and Magog. They're the only two powers that you know about in any time in history that rule the whole planet. Britain and America. Two world powers, two world empires, only two you know about. That's Gog and Magog. They're ruling, they've been ruling for the last 500 years. And so if you know who they are, then you know who the jinn are, because the jinn said, I refuse to submit to them. And they're the only nation on the planet that refuse to accept any back. They crap and all that stuff now, but they still refuse to accept any aspect of Adam. No. We don't want their banking system. We don't want their democracy. We don't want their religion. We don't want, none of that. Reject it all. No banking system, none of that. Their technology, any of it. They reject it all. The only nation, everybody takes some aspect of it, and we submit it 100%. They're the jinn. That's why Prophet Muhammad said 80% of them was hell-bound. And it's in the hadith, they admit it. So who's the 80% then? The majority of so-called Sunnis are the Arabs. So they're hell-bound. See? Now what about them? What's their story? The jinn, they stole our land, they live on our land. The covenant didn't go to Ishmael. They tried to change it in the Quran. The covenant went to Isaac, Jacob's father, us. It went to us because we was actually his seed, his children by Sarah. His Ishmael is his slave girl from India. And they destroyed Joseph and his brothers. They betrayed us into slavery. We Joseph. They betrayed us into enslavement because they wanted our land. They despised the covenant. They despised Elijah Muhammad. That's why they paid Farrakhan to tell us we ain't going nowhere. Stop telling the people they come take this out of their country. They despise Elijah. They want us dead. Once us dead, that's what they wanted. They wanted to kill us, but one of the brothers said, "Don't kill him." When they twisted in the well, they said, "No, don't just put him in as a slave him." And look what they got. They stole our land in Arabia, and they also stole land in Africa. How did they get into Morocco, Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria? How did they get those are North African countries? How did they get there? They weren't there 5 years ago. They got there after they betrayed us and they took our lands. They ain't in Somalia. They ain't in other place. They ain't in the place where we were. They betrayed and took our lands. You see, the other one took our identity and everything else, right? Just take our land, take our blessing. If he who blesses Israel will be blessed. Who curses Israel, they say, well, we curse with Ham. And that gets back to Abraham and covenant. Why do they call him Abram? They missed the Ham part off. Think about that one. Because who's supposed to, according to Christian, who's Ham? We're supposed to be Ham. We're supposed to be enslaved. Okay, that's what happened. That would happen to Abraham's seed, wouldn't it? I'm gonna leave that one. Let you calculate that one. You understand? See, these are all conspiring against us. So we got two right here, and they betrayed enslavement and false Israel, financed the slave trade, and plus they were some of the worst slave masters on America's soil. Come on, brothers and sisters. What's next in here? Oh, let's go back. Okay, let's go here to Gog. Who's Gog? They'll tell you who Gog is. America. American Britain, chapter 20. They will come out and deceive the whole world. Gog and Magog. Who did that? It was two. The two horns of the ram. Gog and Magog, America and Britain. There's only two countries that fit that category. They tell, well, Gog is Russia. They're going to attack Israel. Okay? Deception. He said, if it's deceive the whole world, they got you all deceived. So it's up to you to, you have to choose to come out of deception because the light is bright. The light, or you got to open your eyes. The light is so bright now, or you got to open your eyes. Master Muhammad's going to force you to open your eyes in a minute. You see? Because they got a big old thing blocking the light. He's ready to blow it apart. Big old wall there. So that's the whole story about Jesus in the cave, and then they put a rock over the cave, so he couldn't get out. Then some angel had to come and move the rock, so light come in. That's the whole story. That's what that story is telling you about. They want you dead. So God has control of you. So God has a control. You're under control of Gog. And what does Gog want? So what's God want? I'm just giving you the basic, brothers and sisters. They enslaved us. They terrorized, oppressed, destroyed, and I didn't say it right? Destroyed. I spelled that wrong. I spelled it wrong, brothers and sisters. I'm not going to change it right now. Destroyed us. Plans our destruction. They plan our destruction. They plans our destruction. That's what it says. It says, let's deal shrewdly with them. At least they multiply, and the war breaks out, and they fight against us. Because look what they've done to them. Revenge. And they flee the country. They planned our destruction. And if you listen to Trump carefully, Just biting all of them. It said even Obama's involved in it. He's the one who told him to do it. If you read, he's the serpent in Genesis, but you can't see that. Oh, Obama. What did he do for you? He's not one of us. He's African. We said, we African? No. We were. Well, I wouldn't say we were. That's another story. I don't want to get too complicated there, but we actually came from Arabia, but you can call us Africans, but the point I'm saying, he didn't go through the Holocaust with us. So he's not part of the Abrahamic covenant. That's Gog. Okay, let's go see who's next. Next after, Mike Gog is next after Gog. Let's look at Magog over here. Britain. Okay. What do they want? They plans out of structure too. Plans out of structure. Slaved us. They want to gain empire. But they both plan out of structure. Adam and Eve, that's Adam and Eve there. I know you understand it. But it says, they told him not to eat that tree. Where's the tree? If he said take it out of existence, you consume it to out of existence. That's what it's talking about. I know you don't understand that. See? Who told him to do it? The serpent. Who's the serpent? You understand Angel Key for that. That's Obama. You're going to see in a minute. See, I have no fear of this. See, when you know, if you see something about to come, like I tell you, like a weather person tell you, he can analyze the weather and say, hey, eclipse is coming, or the hurricane's coming, you know, but you don't see nice weather. So, hey man, fool, you can call him everything you want to. He knows in the end, right, the hurricane's going to be there. You can see it. The only reason why you're saying because you're a fool, because you're the fool, because you can't see it. So since you can't see something, you figure the others can see it either. And so he knows he got a double satisfaction because he knows it's coming. And he knows it's going to drown your dumb ass because you didn't prepare for it. I'm totally confident this is happening. And those you that want to reject it, I ain't telling you demons out there, I know you're going to do it. Reject it and all this BS you're doing, some of this crap you're doing. See, I got a double pleasure out of that, if you want to call it that, because I know it's coming. And I know it's not far away either. It's not 1,000 years away, it's days away. And I know it's going to destroy your ass. That's satisfaction. Then you're going to be saying like Pharaoh, oh, pray a lot after he was drowning. And I know in a few more days you're going to be running here. Oh, brother, I'm sorry, I should let know. And it's not going to work. As the Quran said, the decision's been made. It's too late then. You're going to be here. I see these fools walking around at the gym and all that kind of stuff, and they be loving up the devils and rejecting all the stuff they be doing. Don't bother me, because I see clearly. It's like you see a lion come a mile away. At least a mile away, but you see him clearly, don't you? But if you're blind, you don't see nothing until he's eating your ass. And I see it clearly. There's no doubt in my mind. Just like all the things happening right now, I told you before they happen. So I see it clearly. And I see what's going to happen to you. So keep on with your BS. Right? Like you dropping an egg off an Empire State Building, right? Egg, oh man, you talking crap, right? But you know what's going to happen in a minute. You talk, oh man, I'm selling, man, I'm flying. Okay, you can talk all the crap you want, yeah. And, man, okay, but you know what's going to happen in a minute, because you know. It's gonna find out when it crash and burn. Okay, let's back up and repeat this. Oops, here we go again. Okay, let's talk about these demons. Who are the demons? You don't know who demons are either. Demons are half devil, half man. If you understand the angel, the demons are skin folk. Wolves in sheep clothing. And Farrakhan's father is a devil. They don't want, oh, he's a Jamaican. Jamaica's your nationality. I just like a fool called me. I said, hey, don't be sending me some stuff on him, man. I said, oh man, he's Jamaican. See, that's how it's done. He said, why would you argue with a dog? Why should I argue with a dummy like that? I said, I don't argue with you, man. I shut him down and blocked him. I said, all you got to do is Google it. He's from Jamaica. Well, Jamaica's a nationality. It's not your ethnicity. It's probably yeah, Jamaican. No, we ain't Caucasian no more just because we American. We're here to cause American nationality. He admits we got more tape. Admittance follows the devil. See, they don't want to hear, so go get away. Get away. He's a demon. Louis G. Grounds follows the devil. Percival Clark. All you got to do is Google it. They don't want to do that because they want to believe a lie. That's what it says. Because they refused, they made them believe a lie because they wouldn't listen to the truth. They said it was encouraged to believe a lie to their destruction. So what about the demons? What they want? Deceive us. Despise the covenant. Plans our destruction too. They despise the covenant too. Why? Because he despises it because he's not seed of Abraham. That follows the devil. He's not seed of Abraham. Look at Jamaican stuff. Well, look up Jamaica. That's not ethnicity. You got a lot of people in Jamaica. You got white people, brown people, everything in there. That means what does that mean? What's Jamaican? It means that's their nationality. You got a lot of people in America. All of them white. You got Chinese Americans. That's what I call it. American, all that kind of stuff, right? They plan on structure too. Because they working with the devils, but the point is the devil's going to betray them. They work for the devils. They're going to out him. I told you they will out him in a minute. He's lost his usefulness. They're trying to hold on to it, desperate. Oh, Farrakhan, he's 99, whatever years old, 80 something, and he's the man, he's the gift from God and all that stuff. Where's he at? Have you heard from him? I told you months ago that's what's going to happen. I told you months ago before the announcement was made. Months before. I said Farrakhan is diagnosed. I got it out there before you heard anything. He was diagnosed, right? And with Alzheimer's, I forgot exactly what my wording I used, but I said, right? You can hear from him no more, and you haven't heard from him since then. So-called saved everything. I said this before it happened. It's out there. They trying to say, oh, well, he's around. God told him not to speak, don't talk, and all this kind of crap. He's all messed up, pissing the shit in the bag. He's the one cursed, robbed this nation, like I said in Malachi. They don't hear, so fine, stick with it. That's why I said at the beginning. You see that thing, Tombstone? Follows of Eli, follow Farrakhan. Right here, age from 1975 to 2027, 26. Your time is out. Okay? Inspires the covenant. That's why we ain't going nowhere. Well, he ain't going nowhere. He don't want you to go anywhere either. See, he's in between the rock and a high place. See, the devils don't want him because they got us in them. We don't want them because they got them in them. So yeah, they're going to fight. They're going to attack. They attacking us right now, hoping to get Master's help. Oh, Master. They want Master's love. So he's working to help Master. And Master's going to betray them, so now they're going to go to war with Master. Because Master's going to try to kill them too. Master don't want them, but he use them. They're a useful tool because they look like us. And Farrakhan's a big deceiver. It's all over the place. Look at Aaron. Who's Aaron? Was Aaron any good after Elijah left? Let's go to the next one, brothers and sisters. I need to go through a little faster. Okay, let's just back up here. Okay, let's go look at Esau. Who was Esau? It said Esau and Jacob was twin brothers. That means they were look-alike. Esau was older. But God hated Esau and loved Jacob. But Esau was supposed to get the blessing. Esau is actually Lucifer. See? But you think Lucifer is Satan. Lucifer is Satan. Not the same. Lucifer was perfect in all his ways. Perfect in all his ways. He ain't Satan. Until envy was found in him. Envy for who? His brother Jacob. Because he despised his own heritage. He sold his heritage out for reparations. After all this here, he got the promised land and all this, everything going for him after he suffer all this. And oh man, I'm hungry. I want something now. I can't wait no more. I can't wait for it now. I can't wait anymore, man. Give me some reparations. Give me a couple of states. I'm going to go with Farrakhan. I can't wait. So he was going to sell us out for nothing. And God honors contracts. But Jacob said, heck with that. So Jacob tricked and said, okay, you can have that. Just give me your heritage. Okay, you got my heritage. So now that's why Jacob got the heritage. His name was changed to Israel. Because he is real. Not false Israel over there. That's the story. Right? So who is Esau? Right? That's Africa. What you call North Africa, what you call Africa today, is actually South Asia. Right? What they want? They betrayed enslavement too. They want to get rid of, they got angry because now we're going to get the inheritance that they thought they should have. They sold out for nothing. You see? Because that's about to happen. They happened in the past. I mean, in general it's happened in the past, but it's talking specifically now too. Because Esau will be led by Obama. Obama hates you too. But you don't see that. Oh, we say that, I know he's crazy now. Well, okay. Like I said, I see a lion coming. Ain't no lions out here, okay. Oh, damn. He's eating my ass. I told you. Oh, man, why? I'm going to help me. I'm going to help you. As the Quran says, you won't get no help of Allah. Once the judgment comes, that's where the warning comes. If you don't pay attention to the warning, then why should somebody help you when the warning is materialized? Esau betrays an enslavement. Once our heritage that he gave up for nothing, despised the covenant, because now the covenant doesn't apply to him anymore. Seeks our destruction. The final war will be with our brothers, our twin brothers, who despise us over in Africa. They despise us. They don't want you over there. I don't blame it to some extent, but I understand where it comes from because the devil's guys act so badly. They got all the news, and you got these demons. The demons are the ones that are doing it. Because the demons, right? The devil, they wolves in sheep clothing. So demons use them, put them all over me and everything else, and they out there, man, look like fools playing these parts as hoes and punks and slaves and drug dealers. That's the demons doing that. But how would you feel if you looked on TV and somebody looked exactly like you was up there eating dog crap and doing all kinds of weird stuff? Man, you feel bad. Like, wait, man, you say, stop doing that. Because people think that's you. And that's what's happening. Because our people are embarrassment to the whole world because these damn demons. They used to do blackface. Used to have devils play those parts. Like Amos and Andy, it was really white people. And they went to TV and said, well, we couldn't do it. We got to have some, that people noticed that. So they make you look like fools all up. We let fools on, and they get the demons do that. Wolves sheep clothing. I don't know the black folks that look like that. The demons do. So that's what. Remember, all these places are playing against. I'm trying to show you. It says Esau hated us, but you can't make sense of it unless you know who Esau is. Our twin brothers. They look like us and everything else, but they're our twin brothers. They're sisters. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Okay. I said I'll get a short version, but I'm not really. I'm gonna have to move on quicker. And then death. Who is death? That's the goat in Daniel, the leopard, 4 heads and four wings. Right. Let's go back. Oh. The map. See, that's death. This is China. Farrakhan don't know this stuff. No, he's the so-called son of man. They couldn't tell you a goddamn thing. All you get is run their damn mouth, scratch their ass, and pull crap out and tell you it's honey. And you dumb enough to accept it, so keep on. Because we don't want no shit eaters here. So you think we want you. No, we don't. We put the information out there. And those that attract the information, those are what we want. Okay? Like I said, Son of Man would sift out his, sifting. You go place where they have gold, there's dirt and everything right there. They put it in a sifter, shake it. Eventually, all the dirt goes out and the gold's left. You put something in the furnace to purify, to burn off the sludge you carried on, right? The defects. It says you're gonna have pure gold and pure silver. So, brothers and sisters, if you gold and silver, if you hear any of this, don't worry about those clowns out there. You're going home. And those clowns, you'll be through with them. So don't let them bother you. Unless you just want to. Right? Don't bother me. I block them. I got a block list, boy, probably the biggest Facebook itself. Here's the go. What do they want? They seek this world's domination. See, you understand why they call it death. It gets back to another subject I'm not ready to get into right now. Okay? But them, and it said death and Hades. And they will be the tool of what Master Muhammad will crush the other nations. See, his rod of iron, that's his arm, right? But he's going to use this one to crush America and Britain, God and Magog. He's death and Hades. They're already talking about a war with China. They can see it coming because I mean it's obvious. And they will lose their war. But first they're going to be broken in the Middle East. That war in the Middle East is about days away, maybe hours away. Trump said, if you don't set that deal fast, real quick, it's going to be hell to pay. He's talking his obituary. Hell's to pay. I'll be laughing at him. Because America has no power anymore. They talk, so they say light shine bright before it goes out. He's the Messiah. Oh, he's gonna come to a terrible end. Because when that war breaks there, and when the consequence of that war says men's heart to fail for fear, I'm not going into details about that. They're gonna blame him because these devils love to blame somebody. And they blame him because they're gonna see make America great again. They're gonna see the collapse of America right before their eyes. Babylon went overnight, bam, and they're gonna blame him. And he'd be lucky if they just Gaddafi him. He'd be lucky if that's all they do. He'd be lucky if that's all they do. Because it's going to be a terrible end, a very terrible end. Very terrible end. He told us, I'm the greatest president ever. So let's go back here, previous. I think I'm taking too long here, brothers and sisters. And then we go to Hades. Well, that's India, another populous country. China and India are going to be together. When that war breaks out in the Middle East, they're going to unite and be together. Because they're going to see America broken, powers broken. And nobody will fear their power anymore. And they will be the new powers in the world. Because when America's power is broken, then you got a European war, Armageddon, and they see the Europeans are tearing themselves apart. So, and they become the new world. They become the new world empires. The crowns shift from the heads of the dragon to the horns of the dragon. That's what it's talking about. And they said, let's get America, take the Europeans out now, because they both been suffering under Europe. China, look how bad India suffered under Europeans. How much China suffered. And so they say, let's take them out. Well, we got them. And they're going to take them out. Hades. You got the same objective China has. They'll be right together. Move on, brothers and sisters. What's the next one here? Okay, Europe. Go back to the map. Here's Europe right here. What's Europe got going? What they want? Death. Oops. Okay, that should be death. I'm not correct right now. I'm going to probably do this again tomorrow so I can correct. No, that's Europe. Seeks control of this world, Africa's destruction. They seek control of this world too, and Africa's destruction. They've been colonizing Africa, destroying Africa for 500 years. Now they will take control, total control of Africa, all its resources and everything else. That's what they want. That's what meant Africa's destruction. Not destruction of the land, but destruction of the governments and everything else. So they can take control of it. That's what I probably should have said there. As they seek control of the world, but specifically Africa. See? That's Europe. And they call it the beast. They call it the wild beast of the earth. What's next? I'm out on side here. Okay, I'll finish up here for you. Okay, and lastly, I covered all the main players here, all over the world. Then lastly, it's us. Us. Do I have anything? Seeks resurrection. Mission of the covenant. Rise to the top. We're in the bottom. So the bottom gonna rise to the top. That's clear. So we're at the bottom, Mom. We said, how you get there? We war. We have to fight our way to the top. That's us. I usually get a short version, brothers and sisters. But everybody's against us to some extent. Everybody. I show all the main players. What their objective is, the hidden agenda. They're not spoken, but you should see it. I gave a short version, brothers and sisters. So I'm going to leave it there. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. I gave a short version. Is there anything else? I want to do anything else here? Birth of Legion. Okay, I told, I'm going to leave that alone. I'll talk about it tomorrow. I just want to make it, brothers and sisters. Wait a minute. Oops. Well, let me say this quickly. I gotta do something off here. This is us now. We've influenced American Dream, all this stuff. Your mind feeds the brain. Brain's like the hardware, the mind's like the software. It feeds information into it. So if it gets bad information, it's going to calculate. Your brain, unless you corrupt it, it's going to calculate, but it calculates based on the information it gets. So we get bad information, reacting badly, reacting like this. See? And Master Mom is getting ready to destroy these vectors. When that war starts, it says Michael and his angels. They can tell you Michael is. They couldn't tell you Michael is. Michael is Master Muhammad. He's the one going to deliver us. They can't tell you anything. They don't know a goddamn thing. Anyway, the war starts, that's going to collapse the American dream. When it does, this happens. Now we back to our original self. Warriors. That's what they're afraid of. They don't want to see us again. They don't want to see this. Let me close out here, brothers and sisters. Oh, did I do that? Okay, I messed up there. Yeah, I messed up there. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it there, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, I'm just leaving it there. I didn't close out properly, but it's okay. Assalamu alaikum.